Hey there, it's Sean McMean from Vinnie Mac, and today I want to talk to you about 4 ways that you can get Google reviews for your restoration or roofing business.
This isn't just any podcast. This is your secret weapon for dominating the market.
This is the Restoration Marketing Secrets Podcast, and this is your host, Sean McMean.
Now, everybody knows that they need to get reviews, and sometimes it's very difficult to get those reviews or to get clients or people that you've done work for to submit a review. So what I want to share with you is 4 ways that you can get those reviews on a consistent basis that can improve your authority and your reputation online so that you can ultimately get more phone calls and more jobs for either water damage or roofing, whichever industry you're in. The number one way that you can get new reviews on Google is via text message or SMS messages. And in order to do this, you need to have a platform that allows you to contact or send somebody a text message. We have one that we use for our restoration and roofing clients that gives us the ability to text them and know if they actually receive the text and whatnot. But there's many other platforms out there like Podium or Bird Eye or Nice Job. There's a lot of different options out there. And ultimately, what you want to be able to do is set this up so that way when somebody actually does business with you or they actually give you a compliment, you can then put their number in there and send them a text message so that way it shows up on their phone and they're more likely to respond to it. Who doesn't have their phone logged into email or Google or those situations, right? And so people will see a text message much more so than an email. I'm not saying don't do emails, but I'm saying text messages are much more effective. When you send this text message, think about how you've been asked for reviews before. If somebody came up to you and said, "Hey, can you submit a review for my business?" What did you say? You said, "Sure, I can send you a review for your business." And then you either did it or you didn't, and it was out of sight, out of mind, right? And so by going to your text message and you actually asking for a review in a helpful manner, people naturally want to help people, right? And so, you can say something to the effect of, "Hey, John, thanks for choosing our company. We really hope you were able to solve all your issues. We strive for a 5-star experience for all of our clients. We'd love for you to submit a review for us if you wouldn't mind helping us out with that." And that helping us out with that is the key there. You also want to make sure you signify to their brain, "Hey, 5-star experience means I want a 5-star review," right? And so many of us are afraid to ask for these reviews because honestly, you're afraid to get a negative review sometimes. And even if you provide an amazing service, everybody's level of 5-star versus 1-star is different. It's all subjectivity, right? So it's all about the messaging and leading them to where you want them to be, right? And so by sending this over text message with a link to your Google review link, it will more than likely get them to trigger that review for you. And so that's the number one way that we find is the most effective when you're asking for reviews is via text message and just ask for that via a helpful message. Number 2, utilize business cards or postcards or QR codes or these tap cards. It's a very common thing nowadays for people to know what a QR code is and they can scan it and you can hand that to them in person. So for example, here's a QR code that you might want to have somebody scan. And then what does it do? It pops open your Google review link on their phone and they can submit that review for you. The other option is this tap card. So you take the tap card and you put it up to their phone and then it will do the same thing as a QR code. And my phone just did that and you click open and then all of a sudden on your phone, you actually have the review link to your Google Maps profile or any other profiles that you want to do. And you can program these to be in the URL and change, right? And so these are a very effective strategy that you can use. Gives your techs or your team the ability to hand something to somebody or a physical copy of it, right? And what we know for sure is that reviews have an impact, but it takes the entire team in order to buy in for reviews to have an impact, okay? So you want to put things in your text or your team's hand that they can actually action upon and something physically that they can give the customer if you're not sending text messages. Honestly, you can do a combination of both. So those are some examples there. The third way that you can do this is via phone calls, right? And it's just this old school way of, I sent you a text message, they didn't respond or submit the review for you that way. We gave them a postcard or we put the tap code and they just didn't have time to do it. Follow up with a phone call, and then walk them through how to submit that. Sometimes if they don't have a Google account or a Gmail account, it's difficult for them to submit a Google review for you. And so then you send them to Facebook, or you send them to Yelp, or you send them to Apple, or there's other platforms that people can submit a review for you. And phone calls, they work. They absolutely work. So next time you're on a phone call with a client, or they gave you a compliment, you can absolutely ask them for a review there. And if they say yes, great. Hey, let me walk you through how to do that, because you and I both know that the chances of them doing it after you hang up that phone call is going to be much less than what it is if you ask for and show them how to do it right then and there. And again, don't be afraid to say, look, I need your help. I need your help to help other homeowners just like you. So the best way you can do that for me is by submitting a review online. And then finally, a much less used tactic in the roofing and water damage restoration side is social media, by asking via Facebook message or sending them a LinkedIn message, or those sorts of things are an avenue that you can go if these other three avenues do not work. Those are absolutely options. But the most important thing here is to take action. Implement one of these strategies for your business, for your restoration business, and I promise you're going to have much more visibility online if you get reviews, if you are consistent with it. And if you get a negative review, respond to that review in a professional manner, right? It's going to happen. What you can do is outweigh those negative reviews with more positive reviews. And the review consistency is a really big factor that Google's looking for. They don't want you to do sprints, right? It's not a sprint. It's a marathon that we're running here. And your online reputation has to represent that marathon that you're running as a business, so that way Google knows that you're a professional company, you provide a professional service, and other people say that you provide those things as well. So hopefully this was helpful. Until next time, this is Sean McMean. Let us know if you have any questions. You can hit us up at restorationmarketing.com.
You've been listening to the Restoration Marketing Secrets Podcast.
Sean's not here to just talk the talk. He's walked the walk. With a track record of helping over 70 damage restoration companies and engaging in over 500 conversations with industry owners, he's seen it all. From digital marketing triumphs to the most ingenious growth hacks, he's got the keys to the kingdom, and he's sharing them with you. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, for more, hit the website at restorationmarketing.com. See you next time on the Restoration Marketing Secrets Podcast.